I'm Matt Aslett, Research Director for the Data Platforms and Analytics channel at 451 Research. One of the key areas of focus for the Data Platforms and Analytics team over recent years has been the potential impact of Database as a Service, which describes the delivery of database software to be consumed as a service, on demand and without the need to first install any hardware or software. Rather than requesting database resources of the IT department and waiting for them to be provisioned on dedicated server infrastructure, users are able to provision database resources from the cloud, paying only for the resources they consume, whilst database software is maintained and managed by the service provider. Most commonly, Database as a Service is used to describe database software delivered via the public cloud. However, it could also describe private database services that utilize existing computing infrastructure. In this case, the IT department remains responsible for maintaining and managing the database software, but it is consumed by the end user on demand rather than configured and installed in response to a specific requirement. Cloud database services are in the very early stages of adoption, and most data-related workloads are deployed on premises. According to 451 Research's Voice of the Enterprise, Database as a Service was the primary deployment method for operational and analytic databases for only 4.4% of enterprises in 2015. By comparison, over 58% are deploying operational and analytic database workloads on premises in non-cloud environments. In addition, 2.9% of respondents were deploying databases on infrastructure as a service. The results indicate growing adoption of cloud for operational and analytic databases, however. 8.5% of respondents expect to be using cloud databases in 2017, while usage of on-premises non-cloud environments is expected to decline to 38.7%. The early stage of database services is also reflected in the market sizing estimates provided by 451 Research's Total Data Market Monitor. 451 Research estimates that $2.8 billion was generated from data platforms and analytics delivered as a service in 2015, which equates to just over 4% of the overall data platforms and analytics market. However, revenue from as-a-service offerings is expected to climb at a compound annual growth rate of 46% to reach $19 billion and more than 14% of the total market in 2020. It is inevitable that most enterprises will go through a hybrid phase of using both on-premises and cloud databases. This is because all companies, other than brand new startups, have already made investments in databases deployed on-premises, while some workloads will take longer to move to the cloud due to various concerns including security, data locality and regulations. Development and test of new applications is a trigger for Database as a Service adoption, but our research indicates that hybrid database services also have a role to play in accelerating the adoption of Database as a Service. Database services that span on-premises and cloud will provide a consistent experience for database administrators and users, and also enable users to transition workloads to database services rather than lifting and shifting applications and the associated databases, which can be costly and complex. This transition of workloads from on-premises to cloud using hybrid database services will be enabled by a number of core technologies. Database software that supports elastic expansion and contraction, as well as cloning, refreshing and relocating databases from on-premises to the cloud. And also database management software that enables organizations to manage assets on-premises and in the cloud, effectively giving users a single management console for both on-premises and cloud databases.